Hello everyone and welcome. I'm the Manic Gaming Guy. And today we'll be turning this beautifully made coupe into a drift car. So I hope you're ready because hold tight. It's going to be good. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. We're going to be going sideways. Woo. So first protocol, power. We need lots and lots of power. So I've gone for an inline 6. It's a 3.6 litre. Got all the bells and whistles that you would expect. It's also got 2 turbos slapped onto it. Yes, 2 turbos. It is pushing out a whopping 802 brake horsepower. That's a lot of horses. A lot of horses. The turbo boost stuff cooks in around 2,500 to 3,000, and that's when we start getting the juices in. Ideally, I could do that a bit closer. So maybe some tuning later on to be done, but for now, we'll leave it as it is. Unleaded fuel. Like, I could even change quite a lot of this, really. Exhaust. This is the engine that comes with the car that I have built already, and we're just going to turn it into a drifty baby. So here's the car. Very good. Very good indeed. Very good indeed. Now, the thing about drifting cars is we want rear-wheel drive, which is what this one is. We got some rear-wheel drive. I'm going to bring it down to just 4 gears, because then it gives us a bigger gap in between the gears, which would be quite nice. Yes, very nice indeed. I don't think we need 231 miles per hour, so we can bring that down to probably about 2689. I think that's a pretty good number. And we're looking at our spacing, and we're doing 63 in first gear. We probably don't need that, so let's bring this up to the top. And we're getting wheel spin now in a lot of gears. We are getting wheel spin in a lot of gears, but not enough gears. Not enough gears. I'm going to leave it here for now. We'll go crack on with a few other details. Let's see what else we can look at. Now, our handling is beautiful. But for this drift car, and in fact, we'd be driving it in beamNG, we don't want beautiful. We want the oversteer, of course. But we also want a lot of understeer, which is going to be very important to get the car to stay sideways and not overcook itself. So I'm going to go for... Oh, it's probably too low, isn't it? What am I thinking? 185. Something like this. And that's giving us a lot of understeer. We're still going to be oversteer. We're hoping the horses will kick the back end out for us, so we shouldn't worry about that too much. We've got a beautifully big curve here, and that's going to be our drift balance. If you've got a nice tight curve like this, it's going to be a very snappy car. When it gets to that point, it will just want to spin if you're not ready for it. Well, this should give us plenty of leeway to play around. We're running on 19s. I think we want to be running on maybe 17s. 70 wall. We definitely don't want to be 70 wall. We want to be low as possible, please. 50 apparently is the best we can do. So run on 17s. Yes. Very small wheels. Very small indeed. Don't worry about the space of the wheels just yet, because I've got a few things I need to do first to do with that. In fact, let's just do that right now. One button. We get rid of that and get rid of that. We can see the chassis bodied up to the harness. Actually, I think it's about right. I think I've already moved it out and when I previously made it. Yes. So normally the chassis was sitting about here and it wasn't wide enough, but now I've moved it over. I should be able to. So what's going to happen when I stick these all the way out? So they're just going to go right to the body. Did I make it a bit wider then? Maybe I didn't. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. Okay, let's see what happens then if I go into pictures and we want to go to... Is it wheel offset? Ah, see, that has been reduced. So if we put this to 0, boom. Now it's sticking out. Very good. So I want to do that to the rear one now. So I have changed it previously. I did put the chassis where I wanted it. And that's to the widest possible. There we go. So a bit more width there. That's cool. I think we could probably still go wider though. I'm going to go wider than that. It's going to be a bit more of a Rocket Bunny look, but that's what I like. That's what I'm going to have. Let's go for that much. Yeah, in line with the bodywork. That looks pretty dope. 34.5. Let's type that into this. 34.5. Enter. Amazing. So that is the wheel sticking out. Cool. So that will probably give us some good grip in the beamNG, but not really show much at all in the game. Look, nothing's happened to it, but it will do some sort of physics change in the beamNG. So brakes. We definitely want to be a bit harder on the rear end, because when you're drifting, you want to be able to swing it around. So that's probably too much. And then we'll bring this down a little bit. I'm going to leave it like that. So what's happening now is this is my grip, and this is my force. So in theory, with no ABS, I should just be locking up every time I put my brakes on way too hard. So yeah, and this is the pressure you're putting down, I guess, or one of these. This is the speed you're going, the pressure that's being put in the force. Oh, this is the pressure of your foot being applied. I don't know. Something like that. The braking time is pretty high. That's pretty mental. So, where we go back to wheels again. Yeah, they are 180, which sounds about right. I think, yeah, we'll leave it there. Okay, so this isn't what I want. I want all the downforce to be on the rear and none on the front. So let's take the active wing off. Because, you know, what drifter has an active wing? And let's bring this down a bit. I'm going to try and get this almost straight. That'll do. You're actually getting a lot of grip on the back and none on the front now. So we do hit corners quite fast. Hopefully the rear end will want to sort of play where... It'll go where we want it to go, basically. That's what we're aiming for. And we'll just throw a little bit of quality on there. That's fine. So we just basic. Bring that down. Cool. Yes, that's what I'm keeping. I thought, though, do we go for manual rack and pinion? I think we will. I'm going to go for that. That's all looking fine. Safety, probably take that off to take the weight off the car down a bit. That's fine. Spring. So the setup we are going for is extreme camber and all sorts. So I'm going to slap it on race first. That's taken away some of my bouncing. There's two sorts of drifters. You'll get the ones that want a bouncy car, and you get the ones that want a stiff car. I seem to tend to tune them to stiff, but that's just me. You may want to tune them a bit more bouncy, which you want to go for roll and dampeners, change the dampeners. I think it's the back end you want a bit more bouncy than the front, really. We're going to make it super low, and we're going to increase this camber up to, oh, not that many. I think it was 6. What was it, 7 I wanted? I can't remember what I used now. We'll keep it on 7, and we'll see what happens there. And obviously, loads of camera on the rear end. And we'll do an update on this car when we get new update in this automation, which is coming soon. Can't wait for that. We are getting a section called tow, and we will be using tow. I have to do some more research, but I'm pretty sure it is tow out on the front and tow in on the back. The idea is you want the tow to try and keep pulling the back end into the corner, and the front end just goes out the corner, basically. So that should do it for the handling side of things. I imagine we get a lot of moaning. It's not bottoming out, so that's nice to see for once. It still looks like it needs to be a lot lower to me. And we'll do all of the customizations, I think, in the next section. So enjoy this transition, and I'll see you in the next bit. Okay, we're in styling now. Put this stuff back on. Oh no, wrong button. Push this one. All my stuff pops back on. There we go. And one of the first things I need to do is lower this car somewhat. We go into body, and we just drop that down. There we go. Drop that down. There we go. That's about right. Is that low enough? Do we need to be lower? Don't worry about it clipping. We're going to put some body work on this and try and make it wide as possible body work instead. I think that should be low enough. I think it looks quite cool. You don't want to go too low, or it end up scraping along the floor, which I've done a couple of times by accident. It's not a clever look. I think that will work for the lowness. It does look pretty sick and low. I do love it. I do kind of want to go lower. Is that wrong of me to want to keep going low? No, I think we'll keep it like that. It's a sensible height. So, I'm going to get on with some styling, detailing, prop placement, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to do a couple of alterations, just to make it look a bit normal. I'm not going to do many this time round, because I want to make sure the car works and that. And then when I got it working beautiful, and it's doing its job, I will then do a full-on drift rework on the bodywork. And that'll probably be in a new video, but we'll see. For now, I want to make sure we've got something that drifts, and you guys have got a bit of a shorter video than normal. Just so if you want to build your own drift car, you can. So there you have it. I have changed the car just a little bit. I think I changed about 3 things. We put some fat arches on to give it a wide body, which I'm pretty happy about. Looks nice. Meets up mostly okay. Tucks in really nice. So yeah, happy with that. I've added this scoop on the front because I will be doing some detailing in the engine bay at some point. We've changed this. We've deleted this. And we've changed the wheels. There's some nice wheels for you. Bolts matching the calibers. So that's going to be the car detailing for now. I will do another episode where I full on detail this car when we go sideways, and happy with it going sideways. I'm just going to check a few settings, make sure we're okay. Now, do I want to be on sports or medium? We'll keep on sports compound for now, because you do want grip. And you want power to make it go slippy slidey. How are we looking on the slippy slidey? 90, 90, yeah, and 100. Okay, we're good for the slippy slidey gear ratios. That's good. We like that. We are all rear-wheel drive. That's fine. Let's check our tuning still. Yeah, our suspension is still going crazy. Do we add some more horses? Is it possible? No, we're losing a bit of curvature over here. And of course, oh, we drop these off a little bit. What's it done? Is it just blowing my engine up? I feel like, yeah, I blew my engine up. Let's put that back to normal. I don't think it's too much we can do that. Like I said, I can add a little bit more boost. It gave me a lot more torque. Where we are starting to dip off at the top end now of the engine. It's obviously getting a bit stressful. What about we added some more fuel? Not leaded. Ethanol blend. What happens if we did this? Oh, I think I just blown the engine up. Not much. Not much. I'm guessing maybe it's a fuel thing. Am I not using all my fuel? No, I'm not using the end of the fuel I should be using if I was to have it on ethanol blend. Yeah, it was somewhere not far off, actually. Good guess. So when I tune this, I just want this yellow bit to be just about showing. Right, so what's that done to my horses? 865 brake horsepower, 970 newton meters of torque, and that's all there. We've got about 800 at 2,500 revs. We're also pushing 317 brake horsepower at that point as well. And the torque line does kind of stick there for a long time to about 6,500 revs. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think we'll leave the engine tune as it is. No one likes it, but that's expected. Let's have a quick look what that's done to our wheel spin jobbies. Apparently nothing. I guarantee it has done something. Meh. Yeah, here's what it is. Well, how much speed does it reckon? Reckons it could do 239 miles an hour. We don't want to go that fast. We want all the acceleration instead. Okay, we're ready. Let's go to beamNG. Enjoy the transition. What a beautiful and interesting transition. Well done, video editor. Oh, well, thank you. Well done on the driving the car making. Oh, thanks very much. Well done on the music. Oh, well, you know, I do try. And here we are in beamNG. We've got the car we made in automation. I do recommend not using electric steering. Having the old rack and pin gives you a bit more play on the steering wheel, a bit more force feedback. I am only running a TMX, so I have no clutch, so I won't be able to do the old rev drop thing, which is quite useful in cars like this. But I have given it a little spin, a little test run. We can get some sort of drifting going on. Mind you, I'm not a professional drifter, so don't expect to see anything super amazing. I just made a car because I wanted a car that was mine, the one I can tune and one I can muck about with. And this is it. It is quite a nice one, I think. And I'm now going to demonstrate the car. So first of all, testing out wheel spin. Does it wheel spin? Yes. Yes, it wheel spins, definitely. Does it wheel spin in every gear? Let's try. Oh, that's third gear. Yeah, it's definitely spinny. And fourth gear stalled the engine. So, first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. Yep, 100 miles an hour, wheel spinny woos. How wet it this is. Does this count as drifting? And back the other way. Anyway, that's some fourth gear wheel spinny. So definitely wheel spins, that's for sure. Handling wise, let's give you a quick little demo. I'd say the back end is a little bit still happy. Still turns in corners when you want it to. And it will push the back end out. And yeah. If you want to know what camera I'm using, by the way, in case you want to try this, it's relative. So you'll probably pop up in the bonnet or something, but you get to use the mouse and keyboard and you can set up the camera, you know, wherever you feel best. If you want a fixed camera, you might prefer having the orbit camera that follows you around. But if you want a fixed camera, that's how you do it. It took me a while to work that out. But yeah. So this is the car. It goes sideways, that's for sure. It definitely will drift. You just will need some extra skill to be any good at it. So what I'm going to do now is muck about for a couple minutes and let you guys watch a little cinematic video of it. I'm only going to muck about in here, so don't expect anything too crazy. Do enjoy. Oh, what am I doing? Wrong button. I want to be pushing F2. Okay, okay. That was pretty fun, I do say. We did some random alright drifting then. I think that proves this car can drift. I think it's just down to now the ability that you have and if you can drift it yourself. If you are quite well known as drifter and have some good drifty abilities and you come along this car and you have a little play or a video, please let me know your opinion on where we can improve it. You know, I will take your word for it and try to make some alterations. See if we can make it the ultimate drifty car that's made by the community, for the community, with the community. But yeah, I'm having lots of fun here. I'll see you all in the next video. Tra-la-la!